Good evening. Good evening. Hope you don't mind, I have copious notes. As a long-time supporter of gay marriage and gay rights, it is such an honor to be here with you all tonight. It truly is. At the 32nd annual Outfest Los Angeles LGBT Film Festival. And I thank you so much for inviting me here. I've been a huge supporter all my life. I've always supported the LGBT community, ensuring that equality is had and is experienced by all. And my support for your community will continue. Thank you. So thank you for having me here to celebrate this terrific film festival, which also celebrates the change that each of you are making happen in our world. And I am especially pleased and privileged to be presenting this year's Outfest Achievement Award to my very dear friend, the wonderful James Schamus. I know he's out there somewhere. Previous honorees include Bill Condon, Jane Lynch, Gus Van Sant, Christine Vachon, Greg Araki, John Walters, and of course, Ian McKellen. And I am thrilled to welcome a new addition to their ranks. This is absolutely, truly fantastic, James. From the earliest days of cinema, filmmakers and writers have always been locked in creative battles with producers and studio heads, which makes this year's honoree such a singular and unique figure. James Schamus is an acclaimed screenwriter and also happens to be a producer and for several years a studio chief, making him one of the few people in the industry who could actually give notes to himself. Tonight, we pay tribute to an extraordinary and one-of-a-kind career, and one that shows no signs of stopping anytime soon. It is no exaggeration to say that it is impossible to imagine the post-1990 landscape of LGBT cinema without the contributions of James Schamus. Wearing his producer hat, he became one of the unsung heroes of the new queer cinema, thanks to his backing of Poison and Swoon, two boldly experimental films that heralded the feature debuts of Todd Haynes and Tom Kaling. Throughout the 1990s and onward, Schamus would produce many influential LGBT films, from indies like Roy Cohn, Jack Smith, and Lola and Billy the Kid, to Gus Van Sant's Oscar-winning Milk. Schamus's legendary collaboration with Ang Lee saw tonight's honoree writing a variety of acclaimed screenplays in various genres, like The Gay Woodstock, domestic dramas, The Ice Storm, and Eat, Drink, Man, Woman, period pieces, Ride with the Devil, and Lust, Caution, and even intelligent action movies like Hulk and the international sensation Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. And let us not forget the game changer, Brokeback Mountain, which Schamus produced and Lee directed. This powerful and tragic romance brought the pain and poignancy of societal homophobia to a mainstream audience, and its power and impact continue to reverberate. Now, that's not even counting the LGBT classics like 8 Women and My Summer of Love that Schamus brought to American audiences during his tenure at Focus Features, or films like Trick and the Laramie Project that were produced by Schamus's company, Good Machine. And if we want to talk about the many non-queer movies that Schamus helped bring into being, well, I mean, we would be here all night. American Splendor, Adaptation, Lovely and the Amazing, In the Bedroom, Dancer in the Dark, Storytelling, The Tower, Steve, The Lifestyle, Happiness, The Myth of Fingerprints, Walking and Talking, The Brothers McMullen, and What Happened Was. His His contributions to film have been so plentiful and so influential that he is the first person married to someone of the opposite sex to receive this award. I mean, you can't say Outfest isn't open-minded. Before I continue, let's take a look at a few clips from this incredible career. But first, there are a few words, I believe, from Jared Leto.
James, it's me, Jared. Congrats on the Outfest award. I couldn't think of someone more deserving. You're a great man and a wonderful, wonderful partner to work with. I'm in Romania right now, sending this, and I think I could probably do a better job. Here, come with me really quick. Maybe we can get some people to help deliver a better congrats. Hi, guys. Hold on. Can you help me for a minute? I'm trying to make a video for a friend. His name is James, and he's in America. Can you just say congrats in your language, in Romanian? Say. Okay, on the count of 3, congrats, James. Okay, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh yeah, beautiful. There you go, James.
I've worked with James, and I've had among the happiest experiences of my life. When he became a friend, a supporter, and a colleague, I found myself in the best of company. James' Schamus' exquisite taste on both the creative and financial sides of the filmmaking process is matched only by his ability to really rock a bow tie. We look forward to both his cinematic and his sartorial achievements for a long, long time to come. Here, to receive the 18th Annual Outfest Achievement Award, would you please welcome my very good friend, James Schamus.
Wow. Where to begin? That reel was so gay. Like, it was just so weird. Like, you add it all up, and it's like, wow, that was just so gay. And Gary, it means a lot to get this from you. Gary's a guy, as we all know, who has sometimes been known to have a very large mouth, but his heart is bigger, much, much bigger. And what a great man and a great actor. Tonight's special in so many ways. My mom's here. She'll make an appearance in my talk, brief talk at the end, so hold your applause. Thank you. And, but also to be sharing the stage with a filmmaker who I've known since she was a teenager. Susanna Fogel, the director and co-writer of tonight's movie, was an intern at Good Machine and a babysitter to my daughters and then a mentor to them and now a friend to them. and now a feature filmmaker. So I feel so paternalistic and condescending and proud to be on this stage tonight for her debut here in LA. You know, you see a reel like that, and so much of that stuff was not me. You know, I just feel a little bit like a fraud because, of course, it's my award and I'm keeping it, but it's really more of an occasion to say, wow, 25 years and thank you, LGBT people, because clearly I've done so well by y'all. But more importantly, like even the straight movies were kind of weirdly queer when you throw them up there. And I was trying to think, what's the difference between them? And there is a difference. I mean, there are films that are out, and there are filmmakers and characters out. And I've always loved and appreciated and had been overjoyed to be around people who had the courage to push the envelope and to push identity and to push what it means to stand up and say who you are and find a role and a place in a public space and a political atmosphere that was not always conducive and certainly still isn't perfectly so for those who are on the queer edge of what it means to be a human being. And so those films out really are the product of people who have identities and stand up and say, I'm speaking as this identity. And at the same time, what's so interesting to me is the paradox that great filmmakers, of course, make movies where we say things like, and it's weird, it's the paradox of it, you always say, oh, I really identified with those characters. I lost myself in that movie. In other words, great art is the art of losing your identity and being invited to have somebody else's identity. And you can cross gender lines, and you can cross sexual orientation lines and racial lines. And great filmmakers who stand up as out filmmakers also stand up as filmmakers who destroy the boundaries of our identities and invite you to share their identities with you. And that paradox has been at the heart and the molten core of my own filmmaking career. I've been so lucky to be around people who've been able to take that stand and also kind of melt it. And now as a parent of two daughters who one's on the edge of teenagerdom and one has passed it, and who are teaching me about what it means to really face forward instead of just looking back at, you know, a career reel, and understand what queer can really mean, which is, what it means is, who knows what the reel is going to look like 25 years from now from somebody standing up here. It's not going to look anything like that. That's kind of dated in its own way, in a good way. It's part of its time. But, you know, I call my daughters the pronoun police, because what they're dealing with and what they're pushing towards and forward with are terms of identity that are being discovered and invented and performed in ways that 25 years ago when I started, and many of us here in this room started, couldn't even imagine. And that's what's so exciting. And I'm lucky to be part of a family that connects the dots even from grandparents to grandchildren in ways that accept the unknown of that and the difference of it. I'll just give you one example, because it says a lot about the intense oddness of being here tonight at this time when you look back at those 25 years. So my oldest daughter graduated from college a couple weeks ago. We celebrated the event. I took a photograph of her and her partner and sent it to my mom, who's here, as I mentioned, with us tonight. And my mom had a great response and, you know, shared the joy. And then there was a PS from Mom, and you only get to say this kind of thing if you're a grandma. So she said, you know, PS, by the way, Nona's girlfriend is extremely good looking, regardless of what he or she is. And it really was at that moment that I thought, wow, we really all have come a long way. Thank you guys for helping all of us get there. Whoever you are, you're extremely good looking tonight. Thank you.